Mark Dolan here, Amused Live, and I'm sat next to a dangerously funny man. It's Joe Hobbs. Now, Joe, the first thing to say is that it's a waste for us to be sat down. We are two of the tallest men in comedy.
Yes.
But you wouldn't know it because all of that potential is wasted by being seated.
Absolutely. Mark Dolan is a man who taught me a great trouser trick.
It's true.
By
the way, that sounds quite sordid. That sounds like early in your career I was grooming you for something or other.
You always be grooming everyone in the back room, teaching us great trouser tricks. He taught me to buy 2 pairs of cheap jeans, destroy them both, and then stitch them back together. And there you go, tall man jeans.
You get longer jeans. You cut the bottom of one pair and you stitch it to the bottom of the other.
Stitch it up.
Long trousers. So if you bought jeans that were Primark, let's say, as a tenner, that's 2 pairs of jeans, that's 20 quid. A tenner to get somebody to alter them, 30 quid for the perfect jeans. You're welcome.
And the first time he told me that was at my semi-final of the Amused competition last year, when I was so nervous and I was trying to listen, but I couldn't hear a word you were saying, mate.
Now listen, you have done phenomenal things in just a year, because you went through the Amused New Comic Award in 2018.
Yeah.
What happened? You got breakthrough, didn't you?
Yeah, the Breakthrough Comic Award.
All right. What is that? Is that a polite way of saying you didn't win?
I think it's a very polite way of saying second place.
All right. But breakthrough is better than winner.
I got a trophy.
Breakthrough. I mean, to me, you know, breakthrough. It's like Monty Python with breakthrough.
It's a sexy word, isn't it?
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm breaking through.
Pink Floyd, early Elton John, breakthrough. So yeah.
Winner is a cliche word.
It's very. I find it a bit bourgeois.
Yeah, a bit bourgeois.
So okay, and that was good. And did it? What did it do? How did you feel achieving that award and that recognition with a lot of competition? I don't want to make light of it.
It was brilliant, mate. It was such a buzz, such a fun time. Yeah, I don't know, what can you say? It's just it's everything you're working towards.
Yeah.
When it comes true, when it comes to happen, it feels beautiful.
And here is the award.
Here's your reward.
This is what I won. I've taken it to a pawn shop, but they won't melt it down. They say it's worthless, but it's worth everything to me.
It absolutely is, and it's not at all creepy that you take it from gig to gig, Joe.
I take it from gig to gig.
Listen, Gervais does that with his Golden Globes, so you know you're in good company.
Yeah.
I suppose the big thing with, because I remember years and years ago, I mean in the last century, doing competitions, those stand-up competitions, and all the heats and semi-finals, and I think they're valuable because it's another gig, it's a bit more pressure because you're being judged and observed, and I think it maybe nudges you up a level, just the pressure, you know what I mean?
The pressure is intense, every heat, incredibly intense. One of the guys who was in the final last year, Josh Bolf, a good friend of mine, who's also doing wonderfully on the circuit. I remember him just staring into the corner of a wall for about half an hour.
Yeah.
Because what else can you do in that time when you're waiting to go on?
Yeah, that's it. I know it's...
You lose about 70% of your body's water through urination.
Correct. I'm glad you pointed that one out. I was wondering where it went. But yeah, that's it. So I think now, a year on, and here you are, a professional comic, working the circuit. I should ask you, what got you into comedy in the first place?
Everyone always asks this. I have to be honest, just boredom.
Right. Okay.
Boredom. I get distracted easily.
Yeah.
I get bored easily. I needed something to do. I wanted a creative outlet. I wanted to have some fun.
Yeah.
I've never been like a massive comedy nerd.
Right. Yeah.
I wanted to be a comedian for like 2 years, which is when I started.
Right.
But I got the bug, you know. Now I really love it. But it was just kind of chance. I just saw it as something to distract from my boring life at the time.
And why? What was going on? Did you just have like a regular job and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a regular job, played sports and that, but...
Well, I know, because what I always say to people who are interested in comedy is that it's probably the most open and welcoming art form out there. You know, if you want to be an actor, it's so difficult because a casting director has to choose you. You've got to pass an audition. Or if you want like if you're going to be an artist, then you need to get an agent, and then someone sells your work, shows it in a gallery. Whereas with comedy, I mean, any idiot, I mean, you're welcome. Look at this. Can just find an open mic night and perform for free. I mean, you can be in show business tomorrow night if you want to, especially in a city like London.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a beautiful feeling being able to write something in the day, and pick up a gig in the evening and try it out, and when it works, that is beautiful. That's what keeps it going, isn't it?
No, it really is.
It's the buzz of getting laughs from the new stuff.
The alchemy of developing new material.
Diving for pearls, man.
Yeah, big time. And diving for pearls. That to me sounds like a very good heavy metal album from the mid '70s. I think it was Black Sabbath, wasn't it? The Diving for Pearls. Now, going forward, what's the plan? Are you going to keep with this improv spirit of see what happens, or do you now have a Jimmy Carr style master plan?
I would say halfway between the two.
Okay.
You know, I don't like to plan too much because you never know what's going to come up, what you're going to follow. But at the same time, I do have semi-plans for the next few years.
Yeah, that's good. Obviously live, we know that. Tours, Edinburgh, Leicester, maybe international as well. What about telly? Does telly interest you?
Of course.
Yeah? And what do we reckon? What would be the perfect show for you? If you could just press a button and get yourself booked on something.
I reckon a show with you.
Yeah.
Where we sort out trousers for tall men.
I mean, if that's not a telly hit waiting to be made, trousers for tall men on E4. E4 plus 1 hour. It would be marvellous. Joe Hobbs, stay as brilliant as you are, because everything you do is turning to gold at the moment. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Love you, mate.
Love you.